shoot, I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That flash make it a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's the matter with King? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, today's a crazy day, and we got a bunch of information, and that information is going to structure the way you, as an Xbox gamer, sees Xbox, plays Xbox, understands Xbox, and knows the path of Xbox. And, you know, Phil's interview that he had with Dustin Legary, he said a lot of poignant parts, you know, to that whole interview. A lot of the parts that he put is what's good for Microsoft and Xbox may not be good for another company.
For us to invest in platform, for us to invest in hardware, I think all of this is part of what Xbox is going to be when we go forward. When you ask the question like no, I mean, there's Xbox games that have shipped that we're not going to put on other platforms. Some of the things we'll look at how they do, but you're going to see more games, not just shipping on PlayStation, shipping on Nintendo. We'll continue to support Steam the way that they ship. We want our games to be in places that people play. We think that enables us to do more on platform, do more on hardware, and it's a good system for us that works. It doesn't mean every other company's got to do it that way.
So don't look for another company to do what Microsoft does, i.e. they're not like us. You know, capital plays a heavy role in the part of Microsoft. You know, funding is a heavy burden when it comes to pushing your agenda, whatever your agenda is. If your plan is to be a third-party distributor, developer, publisher for titles to go across ecosystems, including your own and platforms, then you must have a wholehearted commitment to it, and you must have the wherewithal and the financial, war chest to withstand the pressures that do come with this. So Microsoft is uniquely qualified with Xbox in this endeavor. And a lot of times people try to put that hat onto other publishers, developers, manufacturers of hardware in this space. And Microsoft is uniquely qualified for this. So this isn't something that when it comes to consoles that all of them can do. You know, it's a very hard task, but let me explain to you why this is different. Not a console generation, an ecosystem generation. You can go from when you're the player, you have access to these devices, right? And these devices are your mode of operandi, if I will. This is how you access your Xbox. This is what makes Xbox uniquely qualified and different from all other console manufacturers to date. You can play it in a browser. You can play it in mobile, Android, or iOS, smart TVs, low-end and mid PCs, streaming sticks, and set-top boxes, handhelds, cloud, and consoles. And then you have the higher end of that spectrum, which is high-end PCs. Now, what we are going to talk about is from the player to the cloud. I remember when people thought the cloud was an absolute joke. But from here and up is pretty much where us gamers lie. Not too many of you will stick and pass and get a Fire Stick, but a lot of you are interested in handheld devices. These handheld devices, like the Legion Go or Legion Go S, or your Claw, or your ROG Ally, and don't forget your G Cloud, right? So these devices fall into your handhelds. But also, in that whole situation, you're looking at Nintendo as well. Then you have, the cloud console. It's a small little device that you will see sometime soon launching. Now, I know a lot of people is going to think that the Keystone is dead. No, it's just a proper time for that device to hit the marketplace for the price point that is necessary. And then you have the console. Now, this is the highest end that you can enter. You can enter on your Series S, or you can enter on your Series X. And then this is where, if you want to take it up to the 4K, 120 frames per second, no lag gameplay, ray tracing, highest fidelity that you can get to, get yourself a big rig and do this. Now, I understand that these things are a little bit put offish for some people. A lot of these devices are in devices that in which you want to game with, but you do not make up the whole Xbox gamer. You are a fraction of the Xbox gamer, and the Xbox gamer is all of this. So at the end of the day, when someone wants to define, and they're defining the Xbox gamer, the Xbox gamer isn't the same as a PlayStation gamer. All right. The PlayStation gamer is purchase a box, game here. That's it. All right. It doesn't expound outward into anywhere else. Nintendo purchased a device, game there. It doesn't go any further. So you really have to look at yourself in a different category. So I know a lot of times these guys try to come at you and try to talk to you, but arguing with someone who doesn't have the same qualifications that you have makes zero sense. They don't have access the way you have access. So stop treating them as equals. Just look at them as the less fortunate and understand ignorance is bliss. When you don't know, you can't understand. So low IQ individuals, and maybe they're not low IQ. Maybe they're just ignorant to the facts. What you do is you be kind, you educate, and sometimes you can't cast pearls upon swine. So if they choose not to listen, just cut off information and allow them to live in bliss. This is words to grow on. But in an ecosystem where you ascended, this is the real, and they are the fake. Just saying. The rising popularity of handhelds is forming a new barrier towards the consoles. The new handhelds, especially the Steam Deck, is facilitating growth in a sector of the PC market that is outpacing consoles. We see a ton of developers are flocking to the PC, leaving consoles behind, according to the GDC survey. The rising popularity of Valve's Steam Deck is one reason. In a nutshell, the new industry stats show that the PC gaming continues to emerge as a dominant platform for game developers. A staggering 80% surveyed developers are currently working on games for the PC, making a substantial increase from 66% a previous year ago. The surge in PC games development, particularly noteworthy when compared to other platforms, according to the 2025 State of the Game Industry report by the GDC conference. PlayStation 5 and Series X and S, while still popular, lag behind considerably, with 38% and 34% of developers working on these consoles, respectively. The trend towards PC development has been steadily increasing over the years, rising from 56% in 2020 to 65% in 2023, making a significant leap to 80% in 2025. Several factors may be contributing to this shift. One potential catalyst is the rising popularity of Valve's Steam Deck. Although not explicitly listed as a platform option in the survey, 44% of developers who selected other specifically mentioned the Steam Deck as a platform of interest. Now, could this be one of the reasons why Xbox is daring to put the PC Steam Valve app on their console? Is this the reason that Xbox is willing to have several storefronts on their handheld device? Could this possibly be the catalyst for seeing the forest for the trees, going where the games will be in order to make sure the people will show? Is this a way for Xbox and Microsoft to ensure no game skips the platform? Xbox has access to every gamer by allowing Steam storefronts, Epic storefronts, and other storefronts to be accessible on the device of choice that Xbox is developing, curating, and going to manufacture and distribute to the ecosystem, which is the Xbox fan. This is a game changer. With stats like this, it's a wonder why Xbox knows where the money is, and they're going to make sure that they're there to get some. PlayStation is learning to navigate the PC waters, and right now they're figuring that the PC guys don't give a damn. If they have to do a login or a sign-in, PC guys say to hell with it. So it seems like PlayStation is bending the knee. New in-game content incentives coming to the PlayStation games on the PC. That's a full about face from normally what they do, either buy or leave. Well, apparently they're leaving. So Sony said, wait. All right, okay. Marvel Spider-Man, Freudian slip, Microsoft Spider-Man. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, and God of War Ragnarok to offer in-game content unlocks for users playing with a PlayStation Network account. Now, this is the smartest move for Sony, to put content behind the login. So that way, if you log in, you can get perks. So it unlocks suits, gains access to armor, get 50 points, stuff like that, gain access to Valorant outfits. Pretty good stuff. Because normally, what Sony would do is tell you, out of here, I'm going to do what I want to do, and either you get down or you lay down. Because what they're telling you is no mandatory logins for these games, which is Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok, Last of Us 2 Remastered, and Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. So, you play on PC, those games have given you a reprieve, and you're able to purchase them and use them in the countries where the PlayStation Network is not available. Smart move by Sony, not to cut off their nose to spite their face. And a stunning move that has stunned everyone but your man, Mr. 98% right all the time. Just recently on Iron Lord's podcast, I said the same thing. But I've been saying this for a while now. I find Herman Holtz to be the problem behind Sony's ills. I find Herman Holt's hand to be the bloodiest when it comes to all the pain and injury delivered to the PlayStation. I find Herman Holtz accountable for all the egregious acts that has been going on there, allegedly. Now, I knew at a time like this, Sony Corp shakeup, Hiroki Totoki named corporate CEO Hideki Noshino, elevated from solo CEO role at Sony Interactive Entertainment. Now, it's time. Sony Corp is shaking up the leadership ranks in Tokyo, elevating Hiroki Totoki to the top CEO post, while Hideki Noshino takes the reins from Sony Interactive Entertainment as the solo CEO of the unit that houses PlayStation. The corporate shuffle, effective April 1st, was approved late Tuesday by the Electronics and Entertainment Giants Board of Directors in Tokyo. Totoki, 38-year-old Sony veteran, who most recently served as Chief Operating Officer and Chief Financial Officer, will succeed Kenichiro Hoshida as the leader of the company that is in a cornerstone of the business landscape of Japan. Totoki will serve as the president and CEO of Sony Corp. The handoff from Yoshida to Toki also comes with a restructuring of the senior business ranks. Sony Pictures Entertainment Company, Hollywood's outpost, saw a leadership transition earlier this month, with Ravi Aja took over CEO duties from Tony Vinciquerra. Boy, you're giving me a run for my money today. Sony Corp has about 110,000 employees and is a powerhouse in manufacturing cameras, images devices, as well as TV sets, PlayStation devices, and movies and TV shows. Though the Clover City-based Sony Pictures Entertainment, I'm incredibly honored and humbled to have been entrusted with this important role of president and CEO, Totoki said. My predecessors, CEO Kazui Haria and Kenshio Yoshida, have greatly enhanced Sony's value, and I will do my utmost to further build on this success and pass on an even better Sony to the next generation. At our corporate strategy meeting in May of the last year, we newly announced Creative Entertainment Vision, which outlines where we want Sony to be in 10 years. With our purpose as the guiding principles, our greatest driver in achieving this diversity in our businesses are people, in which part of Sony's DNA, and our boundary spanners that transcends organizational barriers and are organically connecting diversity to create new value. Together with our employees, creators, and partners, with our new leadership team, I will work to create a bright future filled with boundless sense of emotion. Noshino is elevated from CEO of Sony Interactive Platform Business Group in May 2024. He started to oversight as the PlayStation maker with Herman Holtz, who was CEO of the Division Studios Business Group. Those appointments was made in the wake of the departure of Jim Ryan. The elevation of Noshino to the top post overseeing all of SIE caught the industry observers by surprise, but not me, because I knew Herman Holtz was on the hook. Herman Holtz will still stay on. He will still be in this position. Nothing has changed. Herman Holtz is in the hot seat. Now, I believe Sony is going for a full refacing. They're going to get back to their roots. They're going to figure this out. They're going to put a lot of faces in that look the same. If you understand me speaking in code, you know exactly what I mean. I believe in this time, in this PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 generation, I've witnessed Sony become less, well, the PlayStation became less Japanese and more European. And I believe that's a big problem for the shareholders, for the board, and for people over at Sony. Hopefully, they can right the ship, and they can right the ship as fast as possible and get rid of the necessary, unnecessary dead weight. The necessary firings should be in place because the necessary and unnecessary dead weight needs to be shed. Sometimes people aren't happy when you continue to still work on a project. Now, a lot of times, you get a game, it's done, that's it. And if it's bad, they don't go back and they don't fix the project. If something went wrong, they just don't go back and they just leave it as is. But now, Microsoft and Xbox, they have done this a lot. They've done it with Redfall. Redfall, if you go back to it, it's a complete package now. It wasn't like that in the beginning, but it's a complete package now. But I gotta go, and I gotta say Larian Studios. Larian Studios decided to go back and make sure that the Series S gets split screen and co-op. Yeah, it's 14 months later. But at the end of the day, they could have just left it alone. You could have been happy with what you had. They did not have to go in there and make that product better than when they launched it. But they did go back and they kept to their promise of delivering the best product that they can possibly deliver on every platform that received it. They valued your dollar as an Xbox owner, as a Series S lover. They valued your dollar. If you wanted to do couch co-op, no matter how small that may be, as far as a percentage wise, if it's a feature set that is here, there's a feature set that is there, and they're making sure that that feature set is damn near everywhere. Salute. You deserve Game of the Year. As the game publisher, your main goal is to become the best in the world, regardless to whatever you do. And with the full year under their belt of ABK, as Activision Blizzard King, Xbox has achieved that goal. That goal, a new analyst claims that the Microsoft Xbox has become the top game publisher in the world. As of today, this stands. Microsoft is the biggest game publisher, and that is the case, according to one analyst. Now, that could be taken with a little bit of satire, because there's multiple analysts talking about it. But Microsoft's full-blown strategy going multi-plat and developing all these games and placing them onto other consoles. Phil Spencer said he wants the hardware to compete on power and being very different from the competition. Now, power itself doesn't lend to winning, but he wants that power to be a focus power. He also wants the games to speak for itself, the ecosystem to be exactly where the ecosystem is supposed to be. The centerpiece of your experience as an Xbox owner and a gamer. Now, they have Worlds of Warcraft games, they have Call of Duty, they have Minecraft, they have Candy Crush. The report credits Microsoft multi-platform push for a large share of victories with 64% of the spending attributed to PlayStation's ecosystem. Now, that means a ton of PlayStation guys love Xbox stuff. And do you think that is going to stop? I'm going to tell you, hell no. PlayStation will continue to fund our fun. Microsoft and Xbox will continue to be Publisher of the Year, will continue to be the largest video game manufacturing publisher that has ever existed. Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer, first of his name, has taken this third-rate, if you will, for lack of better words, console. And I think third-rate is bad. Third place. And has lifted it high above everyone's head in one fell swoop with a series of beautiful moves, calculated with precision and a little bit of luck, got them to the top of the heap as an incredible number one publisher in the world. Xbox is poised to run it up on these bums and to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. But with these numbers, who knows? Microsoft might just float them some money just to make sure that they make a PlayStation 6 so they don't lose out on the fan base. Latest patch is going live tomorrow for God of War Ragnarok, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4. Patch unlocks new game plus armor set. You guys can get ready to jump into the Black Bear armor set. It should be available tomorrow. The set was previously only found in New Game Plus run, but the requirement has been now dropped with the percentage of individuals that hasn't finished the game. So you'll be able to get it done, change the armor set's appearance into something while retaining the original stats. Will still be a straight away from the beginning of the game. You'll be able to play it straight away. Previously, you need to fully upgrade the armor set to level 9 to unlock the abilities, but the abilities is unlocked already. They're giving you more access because there's less completions, less platinum trophies when it comes to this game. They do want you guys to experience more of the game. Maybe this might entice you to go back to finish the game because a lot of people finished the first God of War in this supposed trilogy. I don't think it's a trilogy anymore. I don't know. I haven't finished Ragnarok, so I'll let you know. But now I got a new armor set to jump in and play. Now, if you're used to being propped up and you're having your PlayStation Plus services propped up by PlayStation 4 games, well, that is coming to an end. Get used to it now because the service, which I feel is the worst service in gaming, PlayStation is evolving its PlayStation Plus subscription service to include only PlayStation 5 titles. PlayStation 4 games will no longer be a key benefit. That is coming to an end in 2026. PlayStation is planning to phase out PlayStation 4 titles out of PlayStation Plus subscription service by 2026. Currently offers all members free downloads to the monthly selection of PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games through the PlayStation Notes. It's in February. PlayStation 4 announcements is getting Payday, High on Life, and Pac-Man World Repack. That many subscribers are both playing PlayStation 5 and redeeming games for the newer console. Therefore, as we shift to PlayStation 5, PlayStation writes it's an announcement. PlayStation 4 games will no longer be a key benefit. It will only be occasionally offered for the PlayStation Plus monthly games and game catalog starting January 2026. This won't affect the PlayStation 4 monthly games that you have already redeemed from the PlayStation Plus. PlayStation explains, as long as you remained a member, you have access to every game you downloaded throughout the service. We look forward to adding new PlayStation 5 games monthly for you to enjoy. There's still non-stop PlayStation 4 games coming out, so don't see it as a reason for this. One comment under the blog says, also outrageous to charge PlayStation 4 players a subscription fee if they don't even get any games or they own the play out of it. I honestly agree with that opinion. What benefit does this give the PlayStation 4 owner who wants to play multi-plat games and they no longer get games monthly? This is grooming. This is forcing them to do stuff that is against their will, that is pushing the PlayStation 4 owner to purchase a PlayStation 5 if they want to have value in their subscription service. Show me that you are tone deaf in making sure that you devalue your service to individuals that are giving you money monthly and hoping that you will do right by them. This is the constant behavior that I talk about daily. And if you guys don't see it, I can't help you see it. I will not throw pearls before swine. If you turn a blind eye to this, then you deserve everything that you get. Well, this is the part in the video where I'm going to tell you to like, follow, and subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. Thank you for watching the video. And thank you for becoming a member. Remember, I drop videos daily. On Fridays, we play Fight Night Fridays. But that's on Frontline Gaming Streams, where I stream daily. And I'm talking about gaming daily. Whereas if you're a member of this channel, your membership parlays over to Frontline Gaming Streams, where if you're a member here, you're a member there, and that gives you perks. That allows you to dictate pace. If you're saying, hey, yo, King, I want to play a little bit of Call of Duty. You down for it? Well, let's go. Let's lock in. Let's make it happen. Hey, yo, King, I want to play a little bit of Marvel Rivals. You up for it? Let's get it. Your membership keeps you a constant buddy. Somebody who is online, ready to game and talk video games with you. Not too many people do that. And if you don't like anything that I say on Twitter, and if you debate my 98% right all the time, well, to get in, jump in the Discord. Link it in the description. Just jump in, have a good time, talk. We are here to talk video games, play video games, and have a healthy discussion about what we love. And we love video games. Be it on Xbox, be it on PlayStation, be it on Nintendo, be it on PC. Wherever you game, I'm pretty sure that I game there too. And we can have a healthy conversation with all the knowledge that I do have about video games and all my insider insights that I do have. Like tomorrow, I have an NDA appointment that I'm going to have a great time because we will be there all day. Now, that footage would be up later for members only. So if you're a member of this channel, trust me, you do not want to miss this. That stuff, the moment the embargo goes away, I'm going to post it up. I'm going to give you all behind the scenes. It's going to be hours of video or a lot of time of it. Interviews, video, hands-on, talking about a special game that all you Xbox guys and hopefully you PlayStation dudes want to know and see more of. I will have instant access to that tomorrow. That is the 30th of January. But hey, listen to me. Herman Hulse was part of and had a hand in a lot of the debacles that has gone on over at Sony. Everybody needs to be held accountable. Sony hasn't looked like Sony. You know, at least they should have at least 2 to 3 games a year that they're able to drop at a normal cadence. And that has been taken from them. Now, from what I hear, and you can take this with a grain of salt. Herman Hulst is against day and date to PC. Hiroki is all for, he wants PlayStation games anywhere there you can compute, right? So if it has a CPU, he wants his games on it. And I think that is a smart move. Notional is going to do his best to make sure that the games get out with no problem. And I see the company face changing. If you understand what I'm talking about, I'm talking in code. Getting back to exactly who they are, what they are, and what we know them to be. Sony has been a little bit different lately. And that is to the detriment of the PlayStation fan. Your services aren't good. Your games are few and far between. And you're relying mainly on titles that you don't own to money hack them to get you by. And that hasn't seemed to be working. Everyone actually gets a chance to see the fact that, yeah, you're paying to get yourself by, but you're not actually winning, right? You're surviving. And me, as an Xbox owner, competition is key. If you are competition, you will keep Microsoft on their toes. You will keep Xbox on their toes. You see Xbox right now and Microsoft right now looking to purchase TikTok. If they purchase TikTok, they will have access to a large 170 million people daily. And promotion, distribution, and awareness of their titles. I know you're saying how in distribution, you will be able to click a link, you'll be able to go to a Microsoft store, you will be able to have access at the drop of a hat. It's these things that Microsoft is able to do that PlayStation isn't able to do. So having PlayStation as some form of competition is necessary. I understand it. I know this flies in the face of hashtag no PlayStation 6. Maybe they put out a device and that device becomes a de facto console, which I'm predicting. The same way I predicted Herman Hulst to be gone soon, the same way I predicted Jim to be gone, the same way I predicted the ABK deal to go through, the same way I predicted tons and tons of other things. And I'm 98% right all the time. But I want you to remember this. When we all play, we all win. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. We're going to run it up on these bubs. We will talk about the financials tomorrow because I will have detailed information on the financials. I know that from what I saw, and I saw some offhand stuff, I didn't get a chance to look at the whole paperwork. I saw some offhand stuff. I saw that game sales was down by 7% because I guess they were counting on the PlayStation sales of Indiana Jones, which will actually bolster the numbers for this quarter. And then hardware was down again. We know was 29%, but you got to also factor into that the Surface is tied to that, so that hardware is wrapped up with the Surface. So take that with a grain of salt. And services was up 2%. So that means that Game Pass went up another 2%. So the number is, like I said, around 41 million. I will have a little bit more details on this stuff tomorrow. So when we talk tomorrow, when I come back, I'm going to drop that video. We're going to talk the business. All right. So I'm going to take that logo and I'm going to throw it on Sniper Elite. I heard it's inside Game Pass. I got to check. So I'm going to tell you what I always tell you. Try to play the Game Pass.